peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting all the way from the Political Command Center in Mombasa, the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much, viewers, wherever you are. This is Punchline Africa Television, the only online television south of Sahara which does Pan-African, talks Pan-African, sings Pan-African, rejoices in Pan-Africanism, all the way from Cairo to Cape Town to Asmara, across to Accra, Abuja, Tripoli, Nairobi, Kigali, Kampala, Uganda, Dar es Salaam, Maputo, Harare, Jamena, Addis Ababa, in chaos. Oh my God. What an African continent. Good morning, all of you on the panel. Miriam Ogutu in Nairobi, good morning.
A very good morning to you, Doctor, and good morning to our viewers.
Thank you very much. Across Sawish in Narok, Sawish Olesesana, good morning. Good morning across in Meru. On the mountain.
Good morning. Good morning,
sorry.
Dr. Masanga. Good morning, Miriam Ogutu. Good morning, the rest of the panelists and our viewers, wherever you're watching us in Africa and the rest of the world. Good morning, Dr. Hari.
Thank you very much. This is live from Mombasa and across live from Nairobi, the general headquarters. Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning, Dr. David Matsanga, to Miriam Ogutu at Punchline Africa Television and Headquarters, and also to my friend Oresisana Thalwish. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our viewers across the world, depending on where they're watching us from. Thank you, Doctor, for having me on the show.
Thank you very much. This show is the People's Court. In the People's Court, we look at events that are shaping the countries in Africa. One of the events shaping one of the countries in Africa is the Deputy President of Republic of Kenya. Is he principled? Principle. There is something in psychology that we call principle. You have a principle, Miriam. When you say you are not going, you don't go. But you don't have a negative principle. There is negative and a positive principle. To me, the Deputy President of Republic of Kenya looks like he has only negative principles. He doesn't have any positive principle. The conscience, the morality, he's lost it. He's lost the conscience, the morality to serve as a Deputy President. You cannot have the cake, bake it, put flour, buy flour, stay in the same cake in the saucepan, fry yourself, then come back and eat yourself. At least there must be some people who should eat that cake. But you cannot bake your cake, have it, and then eat it. That is not a principle. That is a violation of morality. This morning, we shall go slowly and return to Miriam in the general headquarters. As we see Addis Ababa, Ethiopia disintegrate, going to pieces. As we see today, no elections in Somalia, opposition rejects elections. As we see today across Africa, so many things. As we see today, the AU divided sharply between 34 countries and the remaining 20. 34 countries in Africa saying Matsanga was right. I warned you, but you did not listen to me. The AU has lost the salt. This evening in my show, all the way from Mombasa tonight, Stephen, I am going to broadcast about Matsanga Africa Perspective, the collapse of African Union. Across Africa, down in Miriam as you come in, President H.H. Hekirima is being sworn in. I want to thank the cutters of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, together with his brother of the handshake, who are going to meet other handshakers. President Robert, President Emerson Mnangagwa. Do you know a miracle has happened somewhere in Africa? As Kenyans refuse the handshake, one of my best countries called Zimbabwe. 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 Chamisa accepts the handshake. You Kenyans don't tell me, I did not tell you. I told you after 2022. Who knows? According to Fatuma Shichale ruling brings you back to light as an African, proud, who talks very sensibly that there are rogue judiciaries across Africa. Judge Fatuma Shichale, you will go in the history of the Commonwealth for having said the truth, but nothing but the truth. Does Kenya stay as an island? Miriam, Kenya is governed by the African Court of Justice and Human Rights opinion. Will there be observers coming to observe RUTO's election? Do you know that so many of us might not actually attend such an election? And once AU leads the way, because you have not listened to their opinion of the African court that they said, will you justify that election as free and fair? The ramifications, most people in Kenya are laughing, Miriam. They are enjoying and celebrating, saying they have won. But they haven't seen the ramifications that are coming. You haven't seen yet. You have not seen President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta break his silence. He only broke silence yesterday. And you see the country is jiggling. There are so many jitters. A few minutes ago, the deputy president wanted to address a rally, use it in Taita Taveta near the stolen farm, and his tents were brought down. Is that the way Kenya is going? Why don't you have morality, principle? Quit! Just walk away and go and develop your part. What is it that you gain to be embarrassed? What is it that you will see somebody under your stewardship when you take over this country? Tomorrow I'm speaking like Museveni. Today, when you take over this country, you see we have to get all the things working in this country. As you see, even leaders are watching. Even Museveni himself is watching the events that are unfolding in Kenya, where the marriage between the deputy and the president has broken down. The writer, Gugi wa Thiong'o, writing in his book, The River Between. If you read that book through all the texts, Miriam, you will find the real river flowing between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto. There is one side of Makeno and Makuyu, the river flowing between Makeno and Makuyu, a Protestant versus a Catholic. Do we see it coming now? If Martin Luther, who broke away from the Catholic Church, was alive today, and if Gungu wa Thiong'o, who is alive today, looks at his novel that he wrote of Nyambura and Waiyaki, I'm enjoying his, Miriam, I'm enjoying literature now. Nyambura and Waiyaki, the river between Makeno and Makuyu, is what is in the divide. But what is the most important grain that flows between them? What flows between Makuyu and Makeno? Makeno and Makuyu, there was a principle. Both of them, they did not like the white man. Am I bringing the book closer to you? They did not like the white man. They all were against each other. One was a Christian Anglican, and the other one was a Catholic Christian. All the way as you go towards Nyeri, you get the Anglican, the Catholic Anglicans, you get the Catholics emerging to be the biggest population. All the way, coming back towards Nairobi. The divide is very clear. The Anglican Church of England. That is the setting of Kenya. That is the setting of Uganda. That is the setting of Tanzania until Nyerere demolished that setting. Nyerere himself was a Catholic. He saw the divisions going to kill Tanzania. The Germans came in with their religion. The British came in with their religion. The Italians came in with their Catholic religion. Look at what happened. He said, I will declare Ujamaa villages. The treatment under Ujamaa villages in Tanzania made Tanzania to be a united Republic of Tanzania. Have you ever seen a country crossing over the ocean to annex 2 islands, and there is no more separation medium? If it had been in Kenya, how many islands would we have created? I'm bringing this background for the panel, for you, who is going to interview us and guide us through this, to listen to the points of the people of Kenya, of people of the panel, are their principle. One thing in political science is principle. What is the principle here? You saw to uphold the Constitution of Republic of Kenya to be a deputy, a spare tire of a vehicle. But you don't turn out and puncture the tires in order to be a tire fixed on the vehicle. Miriam, the deputy president of Kenya is a spare tire. I'm sorry. Until there is work, and the Kirimi will add there, if there is work for him to do, he will be given. But the car has not got a puncture yet. And probably when they tried him, they punctured the tire that was spare to run the vehicle. It put the vehicle into ditches of corruption. Do you continue with such a tire that takes you towards where there are crocodiles when others are running away from crocodiles? That is the point. People's court is their principle. Morality in the deputy president to continue to be in office. I submit.
All right. Doctor, thank you so much for opening up the conversation for us this morning. And now the latest, President Uhuru Kenyatta has asked his deputy, William RUTO, to resign if he is dissatisfied with the government. The president was speaking for the first time since the Court of Appeal upheld High Court's decision, rendering the BBI process unconstitutional. The Cold War between the head of state and his deputy started to show shortly after the March 9th handshake that brought together the president and ODM leader Raila Odinga at the steps of Harambee House. And we do have just a short clip of part of that interview, and this is what President Uhuru Kenyatta had to say, and then we'll continue with this conversation.
I have an agenda that I was elected on, and that work must continue. And it would be really the honorable thing that if you are not happy with it, that you would actually, step aside and allow those who want to move on, and then take your agenda to the people, which is what happens in any normal, democracy, because you can't have your cake and eat it, yeah? You can't on the one hand say, I'm not going, and because at the same time, I don't agree. You've got to decide, because you must be principled in that endeavor, yeah? That's what happens in a democracy, so that you don't confuse people. On the one hand, you want to sing the praises of a government that you are saying that yes, this is we have done, and you want to ride on them, but yet on the other side of your mouth, you're talking another language. So I don't want to say much, but like I'm saying, I will not be deviated from the agenda I have set on course. BBI was just one of them. We still have also the big four, which we have been consistently following, and we will continue with the agenda as we have it. That will continue, and really, like I said, people know what happens when you disagree with each other in developed civilized democracies, what people do, and I would hope that people would have the courage and the guts to do that instead of, like I'm saying, throwing stones in the same house that you're living in.
Right. Thank you so much, President Uhuru Kenyatta. They're saying you can't have your cake and eat it. Douglas Kirimi, your reaction?
William Douglas is not there.
Okay.
Maybe Tawish.
Yeah, Samuel Tawish.
Very well. Thank you so much, Miriam Mogutu, and the rest of the colleague panelists for making submission this morning on this particular topic. And I think, Miriam, this is something that we have spoken for quite some time, that indeed it's time for Deputy President William Ruto to either shape up or ship out from the government, because again, it is not possible that you're serving the same government which you continue to undermine and criticize in equal measure. I think it is time Deputy President William Ruto should stop rather sitting on the fence and make a decision as to whether he wants to continue serving Kenyans in that capacity as Deputy President, continue serving with President Uhuru Kenyatta and help him achieve his legacy for the people of Kenya. But again, when you look onto Deputy President William Ruto's actions and of course activities, they are geared towards undermining President Uhuru Kenyatta. There's a lot of blackmail coming from Deputy President William Ruto, castigating the same administration he's serving in as second in command. But at the same time, he wants to take credit of what the government has achieved this so far, using the same as a launchpad for his presidential ambition come 2022 general election. So therefore, Miriam, it is my submission that it is time Deputy President William Ruto should consider actually resigning from this administration and get out as an ordinary Kenyan, begin now thoroughly campaigning for his presidential bid ahead of 2022 general election. I submit, Miriam.
All right. Thank you. And of course, yesterday when I was watching that interview, and even right now, President Uhuru Kenyatta seems to be very careful in the kind of words he's choosing. He does not want to sound combative, and is trying to, to express himself on reason. If you are in this government and you're saying it's not doing this and you're not happy, then why are you still insisting on being here? Because the Constitution allows you can leave and go, campaign on the other side. Doctor, the nature in which President Uhuru Kenyatta and the timing that he decided to address this matter. Has he had
Let me, the president sounded diplomatic.
Yes, he was very diplomatic.
Of course, he is a head of state. And he's more mature than this other lumpen here. You know, I'm not a lumpen proletariat. I went to school. But a man who has gone to school with a PhD, honestly, if you see things are not working, even a man also only in a house, your wife is not greeting you properly. Your wife is locking you in the sitting room instead of you staying in the bedroom where you married to stay together until death separates you. Is there any reason for you to stay, Miriam? Your husband is waiting with a rungu at the door. You are going for a burial in Taita Taveta Mahu, and the tents of the man who is dead are broken down by police. Tear gas is thrown just right now. Why do you force yourself? Because you want to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. You go publicly and celebrate that God is a very great example. Some people, is Uhuru Kenyatta, who actually with Aida, who brought up the IBC on the Kenyans, 4 million people. Some people wanted to take this and turn it to their property. The vice president of a country. People to sit down and watch, and you fly using the same government, the taxpayer, the bodyguards, the cars you are using are the state which you are insulting every morning. You are stupid. You are very stupid. You better leave and go and do some other things. You have got the house, children, grandchildren. Angalia watoto huko while you build your party. Mr. Deputy President, why are you stuck in this thing where you are going to wake up in the morning? Even if you are in this government, Miriam, the way I see it, Tawish, the more the Deputy President stays in this government, the more tension and the problems are going to spring up. One of these days, they will go to a place where people don't like each other. I'm telling you, the two groups will fight. It's going to move today. The Kenyatta group, the Ida group, they will storm on the Deputy President's group. It's going to happen. Don't tell me I did not tell you. If you think I'm stupid, fine. The conflict starts that way. Today, as we speak, the people, man who started a new party should leave on his. But you can't divide the country on the basis of now you are in UDA, you want to talk about Jubilee, which you left. You have made a decision to have yellow and green colors. Why do you want to come back in red colors? Wacha tuambiane in morality and a principle. You can be constitutionally right, but principally wrong. Miriam, are you with me now? You are right. You were elected as a deputy president. But morally, in principle, you don't have a principle. A person in Britain would have resigned and run away very fast. You get my point? But now a person in Nairobi does not want, he wants to trigger a conflict. What I see here is a conflict coming. Miriam, give it a few months before December. Watu watarengana, watapigana parliament, or they will fight in one of these political rallies. I'm predicting this. So the earlier the elders of this country sit down and tell the DP that you don't want to work with the president, go home. Do your own things and create your party. Since you are popular with the hustlers, make more wheelbarrows for people to use the wheelbarrow to collect their tomatoes until they rot in Gikomba without market. That's it. But you cannot continue to be in the same government when you are in in Cheptais, you tell the Cheptais people that Uhuru is very bad. When you go to Turkana, you tell them it's very bad, I was not there. They removed me. We have no, is there anywhere in Kenya where you can prove that Uhuru Kenyatta has said, don't come and work, don't come to the cabinet? Uhuru Kenyatta allows RUTO to introduce him on public function, except the one coming in October, he might not be there. Because it's very clear now. October, I think you have a date for, what is it called? Jamhuri Day?
Mashujaa Day.
Mashujaa Day. He won't, because the president now from yesterday has laid it bare. You cannot call a person to your house who does not like you. And he doesn't like the idea that you want to discuss. With Wetangula and this other bishop called Mudavadi and another one, and Raila and then other people. What will he say on that? He has already undermined the BBI. He used the old mechanisms. He used professors from the university. Dr. Ojwanga from university and wrote a paper of basic structure. And I know how much money was paid to Dr. Ojwanga. So Miriam, I don't see any reason. I don't see, are we still there or we have collapsed?
We are there, Doctor, we are getting you.
Yes. I don't see any reason as to why the deputy president should hang on. Why should he hang on? And do what? What new thing is he going to bring? He said this government is not functioning. So BBI has collapsed. Has said he moves on with finishing his agenda 4 and declare handover the power to whoever they will elect. But then the same BBI, they are caught whether the IEBC is corrected to hold an election. So what do you tell, Miriam, what do we do here? The court says the IEBC has no quorum. 5 of them agreed. That means that the president has to sit and start afresh to make sure that the IEBC has got all the ingredients, voter education, voter registration, constituencies. One judge said, what stops anybody from doing constituencies? It's the right of the people to divide themselves according to the equitability of the money. Another point that is very clear, you notice that the Tanga guys are no longer talking about Mr. Harun Aidin. They have left it, even the lawyers who were posing, storming fire on the TV. They have disappeared. Why? Mr. Yadini tried to fly on a flight KLM, Turkish Airlines to reach Entebbe. He was told to go back. In fact, he was lucky that Museveni that day had woken up very nicely. If he had woken up very badly, you have brought a bad name. The DP said he did not have clearance. Can he now ask for clearance and go and pick it? The owner of that money, the money owned that from Uganda, Museveni is waiting for people to come and pick it. You see, some human beings is the complications with such actions. Back to you.
All right, so thank you, Doc, for that. Douglas Kirimi, can you hear me? Good morning.
Douglas is not there.
All right, I think he's having a bit of an issue with his connection. We
Tawish is there.
Yes, Samuel Tawish, from what you saw, the president and how he spoke yesterday, what do you think is the future of this government with the deputy president still being the deputy president? Tawish, we're also having a bit of a technical hitch there. So perhaps, Doc, you finish for us the way forward of this Jubilee House now.
As we speak now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has just suspended Justice Gitumbi as a judge of the High Court. On Environmental and the Land Court, Judge Mary Gudondi, following recommendations for her removal by Judicial Service Commission on grounds of mental incapacity. What? Who is this who has mental incapacity? Is she mad? So it adds to my problems. That have we checked these judges' capability? Some of them could be mad, especially the other one who was talking English too much from the English could have gone in the nerves. So, Miriam, hey, are we all right, Miriam? Are we all right? I think President has just done that, and the suspension has just come as breaking news right now. And I think the JSC is doing a good job. Another good news that has just come in is that the Speaker of National Assembly has said decision was indication of how good it is to have independent institutions, Muturi said. But Muturi, the institution, you are one of those who petitioned as the Speaker of National Assembly. And most of your people in the National Assembly, none of them has said they are happy with the decision. Then why did you pass something? Then they also said it was not right. So how independent it is, we remain to see. But for now, I think the only problem that we see, Miriam, is are we able to sustain a country when the two presidents, the deputy president is fighting the president? My dear sister, the answer is no. It could trigger a big crisis. And that crisis could bring chaos, a conflict in Kenya, where people could lead to violence. So the basic thing I advise, in short, I tell William Samoei Ruto, the Sugoi man, go and do one honorable thing. Build up your party called UDA. Forget about the politics of the country. Nobody is going to touch you. Uhuru is very, very kind. And in fact, if it was other president, like the one of Chad, you could not make comments and remain in Chad. And some other people that you know in the region. So I am very happy that President Uhuru Kenyatta has diplomatically said it and kept quiet, because he wants Kenyans to remain united. Let the deputy president see the sense and leave. Thank you very much, Miriam. Back to you in the studio. I don't know whether Tawish is there.
Seems to be having a bit of a technical hitch from his part. His reception is not very good, so
okay.
It's all good, Doctor. Thank you so much for that. And I think that's where we will end our show at this.
Miriam, before you end the show, I think there is, yes, do you want to, I am on the show. You want to join, you said? Hello? You want to join the show? I've just finished the show. Thank you. Someone from Zambia wanted to join, but unfortunately we are done. Miriam, does this look a very nice place?
It is. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
watching.
thank you very much. You can tell the people that tonight at 7 o'clock East African Standard Time, I'll run Matanga Africa Perspective. Stephen can do it from his location, wherever he will be. I don't know whether he will sustain that. If not, let's do Matanga Africa Perspective. The AU has collapsed. 34 countries against 20. I think they have remained 14 now. They just want the AU chairperson out of the country, the puzzle. Thank you very much. God bless you all. God bless Africa, the whole continent of Africa. God bless you for God and my country and other countries of Africa. Thank you.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.